Thank you for joining us on the show today, Deji. And just to get into it, we have the Carabao Cup happening this weekend. That's the game between Manchester City and Tottenham. And interestingly, there is no Mourinho. Mourinho actually qualified Tottenham into this particular stage that they currently are in. And what would make a proper fairy tale is Ryan Mason, the 29-year-old, getting Tottenham into to get their first trophy, I think, in a whole lot of years. I think last time they won was also the Carling Cup in 2008, if I'm correct. So how do you see this panning out, the game between Manchester City and Tottenham?
Yeah, it will be a massive story. I'm really rooting for Ryan Mason. When you consider his story, why he had to quit with the game, massive head injury. Um, I do think, when I saw the game against Southampton, Spurs game against Southampton, I do think that um, they looked better, especially in the second half. I didn't think that Mourinho's Spurs were really good. And I have no problem with Mourinho, but then I thought, footballing wise, they weren't just moving to the next level. I hope that they do with Ryan Mason. I don't think that he's going to automatically change everything, but from a psychological point of view, the idea of not throwing away leads, the idea of pushing for continuing to try to dominate games. I hope that Ryan Mason brings that. The good thing for Spurs going into the final is that Man City are not in a good place. They're struggling, whether you like it or not. Injuries are coming in as well. Kevin De Bruyne is injured. Aguero isn't scoring. Jesus isn't scoring. Raheem Sterling isn't scoring as well. Phil Foden and maybe Ilkay Gundogan, maybe Mahrez as well. Those seem to be the only bright spark for them. Spurs would need Harry Kane back. If Harry Kane is back, Son looks like he's back to his best again. I think Spurs stand a very good chance. I didn't think they had a chance before now, but with the recent happenings, I do think they stand a chance. It will be important that either side would take their chances because when you look at the balance, these two teams they're not flying. They're not necessarily flying. So whichever side on the day can try to impose themselves, take their chances. I think it's quite an open final. It's a kind of final that for me I love because um, it's open to possibilities of different teams trying to handle the final. These are two good sides. Two sides that potentially can win the trophy, but then who goes down on the day to impose themselves and say, okay, we want the final because they have the quality players to do
All
so.
right.
So
Interesting.
yeah, it's hard to predict, and
Great.
I think we'd all love it.
Thank you so much for talking to us today on this show, JJ Frame. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, a huge pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Hopefully, we'll be able to do this more when the entire pandemic is over. We'll be able to get you down into the studio.
Hopefully, hopefully,
Great.
hopefully.
So that's all we can take on this show today. Do not forget, we're back on Monday for the review show. We've got great things lined up for you on Monday. Make sure you catch that. And over the weekend, make sure you stay safe, you enjoy a whole lot of football. And do not forget, this has been the Nutmeg.